This is an equidistant polar azimuthal map projection. Azimuthal means it's projected onto a flat plane. Polar, in this case, indicates that it's centered at the North Pole. And equidistant means that the distance from this point to any point along any line of longitude is going to be correct. However, a distance from, for example, Los Angeles to Tokyo will not be correct because it's not either beginning or ending at the North Pole. This only measures distance from the North Pole. This also just shows a northern hemisphere. We can make such equidistant azimuthal maps either for just one hemisphere, for the entire globe, or we could make it for something smaller if we're just interested in showing the distance from one point to other areas in a more immediate vicinity. As an example, here's an old map here which shows the range of different planes from the UK during World War I. And we can see that the planes are shown by these silhouettes here. The circles are showing their range. And this is an equidistant map projection that's centered on the UK so that the user can easily understand that all of these circles are concentric. We can measure this distance outward, and we would get these values like 600 here or 520 miles here. And this would be an equidistant azimuthal map projection. Here's another example here, also a war map from World War II, a propaganda map showing Tokyo in the middle here, and then the distance from Tokyo to along all of these different white lines here. This map actually included a little kind of scale at the bottom that you could cut out and actually measure the distance to any place you wanted to, if you wanted to get a better estimate for just kind of estimating between the different white concentric lines as far as how far away any of those features were from Tokyo. And once again, we can see that this is once again done on a hemisphere, so this would be half of the Earth. But when we're making these equidistant azimuthal projections, we can also do the entire Earth if we wanted to. And this shows an example of what the entire Earth would look like on an equidistant azimuthal map projection. So this one's centered on Madison, Wisconsin. And so measuring a distance from Madison to anywhere in the world, such as Madrid or Buenos Aires, would give us the correct distance. And we can also see that even things on the other side of the world from Madison, such as China here and Southeast Asia, we can see that because we're able to now look at the not just half of the globe, not just a hemisphere of the globe, but the entire globe on this one map projection here. And this is an example from British Airways, just showing some of their flight routes, and they were using an equidistant azimuthal map projection, not just of the hemisphere once again, but of the entire world in order to better show, for example, how they can fly from the UK to Australia.